Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie Edwards Campbell with the Katie Campbell Network. And guess what guys, it is tax season officially. And even though the IRS is not yet open, it is time for you to start gathering your tax documents, all the receipts you've been saving throughout the year. Make sure they're nice and organized, else your tax preparer or your accountant will bill you extra, okay? But welcome back to the 2021 tax season. And I just wanted to do a video to talk about what are the differences between a tax preparer, a CPA, and an attorney. Right? For someone who's getting their taxes prepared and you probably don't know where to start. We're in a pandemic. People don't want to go down to their neighborhood tax prep shop or their accountant's office, and maybe some of these businesses have closed. So now they're looking for virtual online options, right? So we just want to talk about today, how do you choose a tax preparer? What do you look for? What are the differences? How do you know when you need someone who's just a little bit more sophisticated, right? So if you don't know, anyone who's preparing tax returns for a fee should have a PTIN number. That's a preparer tax identification number. We didn't used to pay for it, but now there's a charge this year. So yes, make sure that if someone charges you a fee to complete your tax return, that their name is at the bottom of your tax return and it shows that P number, okay? So that's just one of the first things to just get right out the way. There are a lot of times like tax preparers will fraudulently create returns and just put the person's name there and not put their name because maybe they did a little cookie cutting stuff, on the return, and they don't want to be held liable. So watch out for that, guys. So let's start. Tax preparers such as enrolled agents, CPAs, and attorneys are considered to have unlimited representation rights before the IRS. So most of you are familiar with who an attorney is. A lot of times attorneys might be specialized in taxes and estates, and so they will also file tax returns, and they have unlimited representation rights. They can represent you before the IRS to the highest level. A CPA, you already know, that's a certified professional accountant, and they can represent you at the highest level. Everyone knows they sit the CPA exam just like the attorneys, they sit the bar exam, but all CPAs are not created equal. All attorneys are not created equal. You want to make sure you choose the ones that specialize in tax because they have the background for it and they know, what's out there, what deductions and credits your particular situation could get some benefits, right? Now, there's a category called enrolled agent. This is a special designation issued by the IRS. And it normally goes to folks who take the exam. So you could go and sign up if you've done taxes for a while and you want to become an enrolled agent. You study, take the exam. It's grueling, guys. It's like the CPA for taxes, basically. And so you can take the exam and you get unlimited representation rights. You can represent the client to the highest level at the IRS, means you can represent them in tax court, all that good jazz. Enrolled agents, they just specialize in taxes from top to bottom. So that is most likely the person you want to gravitate towards if you are someone with a complex tax situation and it doesn't have legal aspects, or it's not entirely, you don't need an accountant, but you need good tax help, where you probably might need someone to go to tax court for you, then get you an enrolled agent. And all enrolled agents aren't created equal, so some they go that extra step to pass that other part where they represent you in tax court. So there's that. Aside from that, we have tax preparers that have limited representation rights, and they are under the annual filing season program. So it's a voluntary program. It's just if you want to prepare taxes, but you want to add some extra professionalism and the educational background behind it, then you can go ahead and take the credits. I think it's 17 or 18 credits that you have to take towards the end of the year, and then you do an exam, and you do that through one of a IRS approved institution or corporation or place that offers the exam. So I am an annual filing season participant. I do it every year. And so what it offers is it's limited practice rights, but I can represent clients whose returns I prepared and signed. And it's for every year that I had the credential, right? So but I can only represent clients before revenue agents, customer service reps, and IRS employees, including the taxpayer advocate service. So I can do all that. I can't take you to tax court. Most of the times, if you start to walk that road where you need that extra help, I'll probably refer you to an enrolled agent and a CPA or an attorney, because maybe you're at the point where you need that. And then you just have a regular tax preparer, someone who just has a PTIN, and they're like, look, folks, I do taxes, they don't take an exam, nothing, but they're like, yeah, I'm competent enough, I can file your taxes. So you have those folks, and they would be like the first tier. They can't represent you, they can't talk to anyone on behalf of you. Their only business is to prepare the return. They do not give tax advice. So with the limited representation rights and that first tier tax preparer, they don't give tax advice, shouldn't do tax planning. If you want to do that, then you can sit with the enrolled agent or your CPA or your attorney. And just make sure that folks with the CPA and attorney designation are folks who are versed in your particular scenario. Because remember, CPA offers a vast amount of services. So it might be a case where your particular tax scenario they're not familiar with. And you may have to make sure you work with someone who is familiar with that situation. So hope you learned something. If you just want to do like a simple return, just go to a tax preparer. It's virtual. Guys, I'm virtual. I operate Central Florida Mobile Tax Service. Just go to www.centralflmobiletax.com and you can get virtual tax preparation services. I'm an annual filing season participant, and we have competent tax preparers available to complete your return. It's really simple. It's not expensive. I'll put the link in the description below. But yes, if you just have a simple tax situation, then yes, go to a tax preparer. If you want to do a little bit extra with, you don't know how to estimate taxes, pay taxes back outside of a W-2, or you owe or you haven't filed for a couple of years, you may want to hit up that CPA who is a tax accountant, okay? If you have legal issues, or maybe it's something just a little bit bigger, where you got estates and, stuff where you need an attorney to step in, then you might want to consider using a tax attorney that is well versed to your situation. So that was my tips on how to know what tax preparer to choose. Don't be afraid to ask your tax preparer what credential they have. And if the information comes back shaky, then choose someone else. And just remember that we had a rough year, 2020, in the pandemic, and there's also a new tax credit that came out, the recovery rebate credit. Guys, don't play around on TurboTax. Please come to a credible and reputable tax preparer to have your taxes prepared so that you don't leave money on the table. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye.